I feel like there are two main types of collaborative work. So group presentation and group discussion during seminar time. In my degree, it's not very diverse. So for most of my seminar class, I'm the only international student. So I think the cultural barrier is probably the biggest thing. We would have to, and because I'm the only international student, I would consume different content when it comes to like media studies compared to my classmate. So I would just have to be more open to them and develop a confidence to share like what type of content do I like, and also like try to pick up like anything that they mentioned during the discussion to get to know the culture more. So for example, for a lot of my seminar, like people was bringing up example of the Geordie Shore, which is like a very specific show from Northeast England. And at first I didn't know what that is. Like they did even like bring up the British version of Too Hot to Handle, which is confusing because I think most of like non-British only familiar with Too Hot to Handle, which is the American version of it. But yeah, that just small thing like that you need to pick up will get you to know the culture more on a deeper level.
Totally, it's about the language barriers. Like when they're saying their native English, but like they speak is so fast, and when they talk about English, like maybe the slang and even the accent may be different. Like honestly, in my home, we definitely affected by more like American cultures. Like their accent and even the word they use is slightly different. And like just basically in the UK, when you come from Scotland or when you come from London, Edinburgh or Birmingham, the accent is so different. So I need to try to adopt it with their accent and try to learn about the slang and the phrases they're using.
Just pick up small things about British culture that you notice from each seminar. And also you have to be more independent I mean. And just finish your homework and all the required reading as well as revising the class material before you go to any seminar. And only by doing that, you know what you're going into and what do you have to talk about that topic during the discussion. So I feel like preparation before class is definitely the biggest thing here.
I think it's just a process of the whole journey, like how you adopt it in your group working. Just like when you're facing something you're not familiar with or something you don't really know, that just keep asking. Just keep the courage to ask someone like, what do you think about this? Like, don't be shy about that. And maybe you just somehow ask others local, what do you think about like the perspective of this one, to make you more adapted to the group working.
I have a module called Multimedia Technology, and for the coursework we have to basically develop an article and carry out a 1-minute interview. And we are split into different groups of either 3 or 4 to help each other out and share our ideas to one another, to help one another to develop your story. Because of the nature of the coursework that require you to address like a social issue in the UK, and a lot of people were talking about the amount of waste. Those are very British specific issues. So I feel like after interacting with my classmates and get to know their ideas, I did develop like a way deeper understanding of the culture here in general, not only academic.
Basically, it's a brand management seminar. We are talking about advertisement. Like, what do you think, how successful about this advertisement is that diversity, because we like currently focus on diversity issues. Like I am with a group with 2 British students. It's quite an interesting conversation. Start to target different segment market. So I may not so familiar with like UK commercials. This is quite a different perspective when we talk about the same commercial.